everybody. Welcome to your series, This is Balance. And we are going to find balance not just through our physical practice with some standing balances and arm balances, but also in our energy and our emotions as well, to give ourselves an opportunity to try and feel a little bit more balanced from the inside out. Our first class is a flow to yin, where we will gently warm the body before getting into some slow, still stretching. Make sure you have a couple of cushions to hand. If you've got a yoga brick, you might want that nearby as well. Anything else to make your shavasana more cozy, a jumper or a blanket. And then we will begin lying down. I will meet you there. Once you're lying down, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open out into Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands rest wherever feels most comfortable. And once you've settled on your mat, we give ourselves this moment to arrive. Explore a deeper breath. And as you connect to your breath, let that in turn connect you into this moment. Feel the mat beneath you, connect to your practice. Allowing the breath to expand around the body. Notice how you feel. How you feel in your body, physical muscles, joints. Maybe how you feel up top in your mind. And if there's any busyness, if there's any heaviness, let it just kind of fall with gravity into the ground. Start to find that sense of calm. Enjoying just another couple of breaths before we start to move. And for this practice, your movement should really be led by how you feel. Don't worry too much about being super strict with your alignment. Just feeling into the shapes to find that stretch sensation. Take a final deep breath in, and if you'd like to, open the mouth, sigh it away. And then stretch it out. Arms reach up and overhead. Legs go nice and long. And then we bring the knees up into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe a little massage into the lower back. Leaving the knees at the chest, just open the arms out wide. Lower the feet gently as they are to the floor, little distance apart. And then sway the knees side to side, moving into a gentle twist right and left. Allow the hips to roll and moving through your twists as fast or as slow as feels natural. Working the right and the left evenly to bring some balance from the very beginning here. And then slowly bring your knees back up into the middle. Just leave them where they are, but pull the feet a little bit closer to you. Make sure you're only about shoulder distance apart with the feet. Move the hands down alongside the body now. Palms face the floor. Pressing into the soles of the feet, scoop up the hips, rise to your bridge pose, tummy to sky. Switch on those glutes. And then slowly lower the hips gently back to the ground. And then we go again. Scoop up the hips, press into the soles of the feet. Switch on the posterior chain. And then bring it back down. Okay, let's do 3 more of those. From the tail, lift up all the way towards the chest. And then slowly lower back down, hips last to reach the floor. We got 2 more. Use the hands into the floor if needed. Squeeze and rise. Slowly dropping those hips. Okay, coming into our last one. Scoop up those hips. Let's take a pause at the top. Either stay as you are, pressing down through the hands, or you might scoop the shoulders underneath you, bring the palms together, interlace the fingers. Plug your little fingers down as you press a little firmer through the heels, chest to chin. Inhale. And exhale, open the hands and lower the hips. Bring the knees up to your chest once again. And just relax through the glutes. Hug the knees. Gentle little rock side to side. Swapping the hands now to the back of the legs. Send all 10 toes up to the sky. When they reach the ceiling, have a little point and flex or circle the feet around the ankles. Make sure to do both directions. And then from here, take that rock and roll forwards and backwards. Soften the knees, start to roll up and down the spine. And do this as many times as you need. And then we're going to meet all the way over into our tabletop. So using that momentum, roll forwards, come onto your knees, middle of the mat. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we start with cat and cow. Breathing in, the belly drops, look forwards. And as you exhale, round the spine, chin tucks to chest. Inhaling, look forwards, belly drops, slide the shoulders towards the top of your mat. As you exhale and round the spine, pull the shoulders back towards the mat behind you. And then just ripple through the spine, gently going forwards and backwards with your cat and cow pose. And let's do just one more. Finishing off that exhale. And then we're going to rise up to down dog. So come through the next breath, tuck under the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. And your dog might be a bit short, so go a little further forwards with the hands or step the feet back, make it nice and long, and then just start to bend and stretch through the legs. Wiggle it out. From here, nice and soft into your down dog. Your next inhale, ripple forwards, high plank. As you exhale, bend the elbows, chest to floor. Inhale, rise up the shoulders, high cobra. Downward facing dog, push off the knees, lengthen the legs. And again, inhale forwards. Use the knees on the floor if needed. Exhale, chest to ground. Inhale, ripple up. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do one more. Inhale forwards. Exhale down. Inhaling, rise up. Exhale, down dog. And just take an extra breath in your down dog once you land. Slowly start to walk your feet forwards. And when you reach the top of your mat, just let your body dangle over the legs. Soft knees, long arms, or maybe cradling opposite elbow and just shimmy side to side if that feels nice. Releasing the hands to the floor, bend into the knees and slowly rise to stand into Tadasana. Have a little shrug of the shoulders. Once you're tall, Spin the biceps open, palms face forwards. Feel the mat beneath the soles of your feet draw up through the thighs. Gently pulling the navel in, chin parallel to floor. Take a breath. Next, inhale, send the arms up to the sky. The gaze follows. As you exhale, soften the knees, fall to the floor. Inhaling through your halfway lift, lengthen crown of head forwards. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back to your high plank, breathe in. As you exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga or chest to floor. Inhale through your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Ripple forwards, high plank, lower the knees gently to the floor. We come back to tabletop. From here, slide the right leg long behind you, lift it off the floor. Extend the left arm forwards to find a balance. Take an inhale, activate front and back of body. Exhaling, elbow and knee pull together, round through the shoulders. Inhale, stretch leg and arm nice and long. Exhale, knee to elbow under the body. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, knee to elbow, squeeze. Take one more stretch of the right foot long, the left arm forwards, and start to twist open the left hand to the sky. Kill the right heel to your bum. Maybe you reach back and grab the foot. Sending the toes up to the sky, find your balance. Press into the right hand. Feel that stretch through left shoulder. Inhale. Recover back to tabletop. And we head to downward facing dog. Lift off the knees. Take a breath as you stretch out the spine. Walking the feet forwards, come to dangle over the legs at the top of the mat. Take halfway lift, lengthen forwards. Exhale, relax over the legs. Curl up through the knees, stand tall, mountain pose. Next, inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, crown of the head goes forwards. Hands to the ground into your vinyasa. Walk, step or float. Through your chaturanga, elbows to ribs. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take your time, ripple forwards. Bring the knees to the ground, tabletop onto the second side. Send the left leg long behind you, float the left foot. Reach the right arm forwards and extend through the fingertips. Inhale, hold your balance. As you exhale, knee and elbow come together under the body. Inhale, extend leg and arm. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend out into the twist. Reach right hand high, curl left heel to bum. If the foot's available, grab a hold and stretch a little bit bigger. Toes go to the sky, press into the floor. Slowly recover back to tabletop, into your downward dog. Tuck under the toes, lift up. Take a nice big inhale, stretch out the spine, the legs. Walking forwards, come to dangle once again over the legs. Into your halfway lift. Exhale, relax down. Stand up, arms reach overhead. And bring the palms back to the heart center. And let them just drop down alongside the body. Heel toe the feet to touch. Big toes side by side. Find your balance as you float your right knee off the floor. Feel like the core is engaged. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Flex through the right ankle. Open the knee out to the side, reach down, grab your right ankle, place sole of foot to inner thigh. If inner thigh feels a little bit high, you could go for the side of the calf or the ankle if you're a little bit wobbly. Drawing the palms to touch into your tree pose. Inhale. Once you find that calmness in your balance, perhaps you reach the arms up and overhead. Maybe the gaze lifts towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower the hands back alongside the body. Release the right knee forwards. Slowly start to stretch the right leg long behind you. Soften your standing knee. As the head tilts forwards, extend right leg back and land into a high lunge. Right toes come to the floor at the back of the mat, arms reach overhead. Check you're not on a tightrope as you straighten through the front leg. Stay nice and high on right tiptoes. Start to lean forwards, reaching the fingertips to the wall ahead of you. Keep going, hinging at the waist until your body is parallel to the floor. Take an extra breath once you're parallel. Draw up through the thighs, through your belly button. And as you exhale, relax the arms to dangle under the shoulders. Lower the chest to bring the fingertips to the floor or fingertips land onto a block. Take an extra breath. Stay super high on those right tippy toes. And exhale to bow down the left thigh. Softening into your left knee. Lower the back knee to the ground. We take an inhale, pull the hips back, half split. Exhale, gently go forwards. And again, inhale to half split. Exhale, we go forwards. Let's do one more. Inhale, pull back, half split. From here, sit up. Release the hands from the floor. Send them up to the sky, nice and tall over your right heel. Leaving the arms alongside the ears. Once again, start to lean forwards, hinge at the waist. Tailbone reaches back. Once your gaze is down at the ground, sweep the hands along the floor and reach the arms back behind you. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Well done. Drop the hands, bend into the front knee, frame your front foot. Picking up the back knee, step back to high plank. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Chaturanga Vinyasa. And just flow through to your downward facing dog. Nice big inhale when you get there. Bending the knees, look forwards. Walk, step or float top of the mat. Into your halfway lift. Exhale, relax over the legs. Stand up, reach for the sky. And bring your palms back to the heart center. And down alongside the body. Ready for the second side. Feet come to touch. Big toes side by side. Find your balance, lifting left knee to chest. Use the core, those abs. Flex through the left ankle. Open the knee out. Reach down. Place sole of foot to inner thigh, inner calf, inner ankle. Really kind of force sole of foot and leg together to create stability. Squeeze your bottom a little bit. Draw tall through the crown of the head. Hands are just resting together at the heart. Find calm, find stillness. If you would like to, arms reach up. Maybe the gaze follows. Give yourself that extra challenge. Inhale. Well done. Hands release down, left knee to the chest. Find that slow tilt forwards as you extend the left leg back. Eventually landing into a high lunge, toes to the back of the mat. Arms reach overhead. Make sure you're not on that tightrope. Straighten through the front thigh. Lift your left heel. Reach forwards into your pyramid fold. Once your body is flat to the floor, extend through the fingertips. Inhale, pull up the thighs. Exhale, lower fingertips to the ground or onto your blocks. Draw in through the outer hips. Fold down that right leg. Softening into your front knee. Lower the left knee to the ground. Stay framing front foot. Inhale, pull the hips back. Ardha Hanuman, half split. Exhale, go forwards. Inhale, pull it back. Exhale, go forwards. We do one more. Inhale, pull back, hold. Shoulders away from the ears. Start to sit up, sweeping the hands high. Reach the arms overhead. Leaning forwards once again, hinge at the waist, gaze at the ground. Once you're folded halfway, sweep the hands back behind you and extend the fingers to the wall at the back. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Frame your front foot, go forwards. Pick up the back knee, step back, high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Chaturanga Vinyasa. And either landing in down dog or feel free to come to child's pose. If you take a breath or two in your down dog, no rush at all. When you're ready, we're going to meet together in child's pose. From child's pose, start to lift up your head and let's just come back to downward facing dog. Slowly push your hands back towards your feet so you fold in half at the back of your mat. Curl up through the spine and rise to stand tall in Tadasana. From here, we're going to step the right foot forwards and just come up onto the left toes. Let the hands either stay just down alongside the body. You could bring palms to touch, whatever feels most natural. Start to shift the weight onto your right foot. Lift the left leg off the floor. Warrior 3. As the head starts to tilt forwards and down, the heel rises up and back. Find that capital letter T shape. Keep left hip with right hip. Push into the ground. Hold your balance. Nice. Slowly start to lift the head. Return the left toes extended to the floor behind you. And then slowly take a step back. And find Tadasana. Breathe the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, soft knees, forward fold. Dangle over the legs. Inhale the crown of the head forwards. And exhale, press the ground away, fold. Bending into the knees, slowly rise up to stand tall. Take your time. Shoulders away from the ears. Straight to the other leg. Step the left foot forwards. Come up onto the right tippy toe, zip up the belly button, switch on your balance. Focus as you float the back leg off the floor. Really flex right leg as it lifts. Try and keep head and heel along that same line like a seesaw. And then you find your balance. Fly the arms. Inhale and hold. Nice and flat through the back. Keep pulling in the ribs, the tummy. Very good. Slowly lower the right foot to the back of the mat. Step back, Tadasana. Inhale the arms high. Take your time. Soft knees. Forward fold once again. Nice work. Take that halfway lift. Lengthen. Walk all the way out to your high plank and into a vinyasa. Walk the hands forward, shoulders over wrists. Breathe. Exhale, get low. Upward facing dog. Either down dog or again back to child's pose. If you're in down dog, just take a couple of breaths and then together come down child's pose when you're ready. Lifting the head, move the hands under the shoulders, just push the ground away, sit up. Slide the hips off to one side, bring your bottom to the ground, stretch the legs forwards. Scooch to the top of your mat and we're going to slow it right down now. Couple of yin postures to finish. To find balance through the legs into our half butterfly fold. Bring the right knee up to your chest and let it open out. So like we did standing tree pose, we come to seated tree pose. If you know you need a bit of support for the hips, for the lower back in your folds, feel free to sit on a cushion or a brick. And when you're ready, you're just going to lean as far forwards as you can. Relax the left leg and just bow the head down. One hand either side of that left leg. If the legs are a little bit tight today, if the hamstring is a little bit tight today, feel free to just grab a cushion and place it on top of your left leg. And you're just going to use that cushion to fill the space between tummy and thigh so you're a little more supported. Arms go over the top. Once again, relaxing the toes and just letting the head bow down. This is where we start to find our stillness, just a couple of minutes for each pose. Nice and soft through all areas of the body, giving in to gravity once you arrive into the shape. And just letting the mind be super clear, just breathe softly throughout. Nearly there on this side, just one more minute. Keep relaxing, melting in the pose. Really wanting to just balance out that gentle movement now with some stillness. Your well-being doesn't have to depend on constantly being active and sweating and moving. We can also find our well-being in softness, in stillness, in peace and calm. It's the balance of the two. Calm and the strength, strength and the calm. Beautiful. Last couple of breaths. When you're ready, start to ease out the pose. Use your hands. Come to sit up. Move any props out the way. Stretch out the right leg. Lean back. Have a little tap into the back of the knees. Little counter pose before we head to the second side. Plant the soles of the feet. Squeeze your bum and lift those hips off the ground. Reverse tabletop. Slowly bringing the hips back to the floor. Straighten the right leg. Keep the left knee bent. Let it open out. Pull the heel in. Sole of foot to inner thigh. No rush. Take a moment. Sit on a cushion if needed once again. You might grab your cushion for the top of the thigh if you know the right leg is a little tight as well. Stretch forwards, one hand either side of the legs. Bow the head down, and you want to give yourself a moment to kind of wiggle into the shape, wiggle into the pose. Once you land, be still. If you feel like your body is a little bit sensitive today, if your mind is a little bit busy and the stillness is a little struggle, can you breathe a little bit bigger, or perhaps focus on the sounds of your space? Maybe you've got music playing, just something to draw your attention to one focus, whatever that might be, so that you're not being pulled in too many directions. Reduce the distractions by just focusing on one thing, whatever it might be around you. Keep relaxing, keep softening, keep moving deeper into the pose. We are halfway, less than halfway, just one more minute to go. Coming through those final 2 or 3 breaths. See if you can find maximum completely melt all the way down. Beautiful. Slowly rise on up. Take your time. Use your hands. Release the pose. And as we did before, we're going to head to reverse tabletop. So just stretch out the legs. Have a little wiggle on the spot. And then we move that into a bend of the knees. Press the ground away. Lift up. And then slowly come back to the floor. Yes. All right, we're going to finish with one more pose before relaxation. So make sure that you've got everything you need for your Shavasana nearby. Cushions, blankets, whatever it might be, your extra layers. And then we're going to come to lie down. And when you lie down, take your couple of cushions or your brick, take those with you. And once you lie down, we're going to move into supported bridge, a nice release for the spine. So you could use your block on either the flat edge or the long skinny edge so it's not too high. You could use 2 cushions for a bit of height, or for me, I'm just going to fold my cushion in half because it's easy for me to do that so that I create some height. Bending the knees, lift up the hips and slide your cushion or your block underneath your tailbone. Sacrum coming down onto whatever it is you're using. Relax the hips, either leaving a bend in the knees or perhaps extending the legs long. Reaching the legs out will exaggerate that feeling of back bend into the spine. So please see how it goes, see how it feels. Arms can stay where they are on top of the body. They could rest to the floor alongside you. You could take them up and overhead for an extra stretch through the shoulders and the armpits. Whatever feels most natural. Find the shape that allows you to let go from head to toe, every muscle, every joint. Trust the cushion or the block beneath you. Relax the back of your head into the ground. Maybe close the eyes. And we find stillness. Couple of minutes. When you come to the idea that your well-being doesn't have to always be connected to movement or sweating or raising your heart rate or fast-paced, high-energy exercise, when you can allow your well-being to connect to a slower pace of movement and even the stillness that we find in our yin practice, you allow yourself to let go of fidgeting, let go of your nervous system, so that you can really actually indulge in the stillness and enjoy just not doing anything, not going anywhere. You've carved out this time to be in your practice. So trust the practice and embrace the journey that you might be on in this moment, whether that's physical, emotional, energetically, whatever it might be, resetting or shifting, or even just kind of helping you take a break, whatever it might be. Just let that wash over you and come into that sense of calm once again. Take a final big deep breath where you are. Open the mouth, sigh it away. Start to make your way out the pose. Pressing into the soles of the feet, gently lift up the hips so you have space to slide your block or your cushion out from underneath you. Lay your hips gently back to the floor. Leaving a bend in the knees, open the arms out, and like we did at the very beginning, just start to sway gently the knees side to side, little twist right and left to release the lower back. When you feel you have twisted enough, you've done both sides evenly, let the knees take a pause in the middle. You might choose to draw the knees up to your chest, give yourself a hug. Perhaps even lifting forehead up towards the knees, squeeze into a tiny little ball. From there, head to Shavasana. Relax the head and shoulders down. You might move a cushion or your blocks to rest under the legs, extending the legs over the top. Grab your extra layers, your blankets, make yourself cozy. Close your eyes once you arrive and land into Shavasana. Let everything melt into the floor, surrender under gravity, and enjoy this final pose of your practice. Begin to breathe a little bigger into your body, letting the breath bring you back into your space, back into the room. Open your senses. Start to wiggle fingers, start to wiggle toes. Little movement throughout the body until that becomes a nice big stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead. From that stretch, pull your knees into the chest. Gentle rock side to side until you fall over to one side. Rise to a comfortable seated position. Leave the eyes closed, relax the hands down, but sit tall through the crown of the head. We'll finish our practice with one breath. Take an inhale through your nose, rounding the lips, blow that breath away. Breathe naturally. And at the end, take this final moment. Thank yourself for the time and the energy you've given to your practice. Closing with palms together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning into this class. If you have any questions, guys about your practice, if there is anything that I could help with, if there is anything that you want to see on the collective, whether that be focus on a particular pose or a particular theme, whatever it is, please do get in touch. I love to hear from you. Otherwise, we have a new class coming next week. I will see you then.